Hi, so this week we're talking about the virtual pedigree. This is something that BYU has come up with. And if you just Google BYU Virtual Pedigree, you'll run across this virtual pedigree that you can click on. And when you click on it, it'll ask you to sign into your family search account. And once you do that, it'll pull up your tree and you'll be able to see all of your ancestors. So I'm just going to show really quick, starting from mine. So if I'm starting from myself, then I can see, my children onto my parents, grandparents, just a really neat, movable, virtual pedigree. And for instance, we had one brother in our ward that wanted to see his ninth generation, to see if he had all the people in his ninth generation, if he had found them. And so it was really fun just to be able to go and scroll over and see how many in his ninth generation we had. So it's just kind of a neat thing. And you'll see some neat things on the left and the right popping up. On the left side, you'll see some things that'll give you hints. This can be a really neat tool for people that have a lot of family history work done and, sometimes not sure where to start or where to go. And you'll see some of these little icons like if you're LDS, you'll see like available ordinance or needs more information. These won't show up if you're not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but you'll see these pop up on some of these people I have here, little orange or whatnot, little temples pop up. And I'm just going to scoot that out of the way for a minute so we can take a look. Now, let's just say on mine that I'm looking through these trees, and I decide that I'm going to go to Jeremiah Harrison Reed today. He's somebody I want to go look at, see, if I have all of his work done, his relatives done. I just want to work on his line. And so I can set him as the root person now, and that way it'll just focus on him. So then I can see his children, his grandchildren, and of course his posterity too, all of his ancestors and things like that. And what will happen once I click on him is, and these had already popped up because I was on there earlier, but I'll start to see these little things that say low-hanging fruit on the right. So you'll see all these different names and it'll show the different generations. So up at the top, we have a fifth generation, one of his grandchildren, and then we'll see fourth, third, these different generations. So let's just say that I'm looking through and I see a temple for, let's click on John Reed. So on John Reed, we see a green temple, meaning that there's some work that definitely needs to be done. The orange means it needs more information, but on John's it says that there's something that definitely needs to be done. So I just click on him and it will take, I can go right to family search and take a look and see about his temple work. And so I click on his temple ordinances here, and I see that he needs to be sealed to his spouse, but also that his parents haven't been found. And so that could be something that I might want to do with him, doing some searching. So not only to reserve that sealing to spouse, I can just request that and get that ready to take to the temple, but I could also start looking for his parents. And sometimes there'll be some hints over here on the right. But one thing that we do see over here on the right is that there's a possible duplicate. And so we always like to clean those up very first if we possibly can, in case sealing to spouse has already been done to this duplicate. So we'll just take a look at this duplicate that it's saying this could potentially be the same person. And we'll see if we can see why. So what we're seeing here is that both of these, Mr. Reed and John Reed, have the same son, James Archibald Reed, which is our great grandpa. So we know that these are the same person because they have the same son. It's just one person's put in John Reed and one person's put in Mr. Reed. And so we're just going to hit yes, continue, and we're going to go ahead and merge these two together. I'll just say they have the same son for the reason. Anyway, so these are just some little things that you can do once you've gone into this virtual pedigree. You can start to clean up this John Reed. So we got rid of a merge, mentioning that he might have another spouse. And then we can go in and we can start searching records in Family Search or Ancestry too, to see if we can find some more information on him. So these are some of the fun things about the virtual pedigree. And going back to that, so we were on John. If we close that, then we can kind of just see a little bit more like his wife is needing some work done. We have another couple of people that are showing orange temples that, again, it's just saying, for instance, on this Isaac spirit needs more information. And this one's just saying that they don't have the parents recorded. So we could go see and do a little research in there, again, on clicking on that family search or ancestry to find some more information about them. So that's just a little bit about this virtual pedigree. A couple of other things that can be fun is just you can just click through all of this low-hanging fruit once you've clicked on a certain ancestor, and you can just kind of click through and see, what's going on here. Okay, this one, we need to wait the 110 years on him, but you might want to click in and just see if there's anything else you could add to him, a headstone or something like that. And then with his name, I'd add him to a spreadsheet just saying, oh, don't forget in, looks like it'd be 2046 that I would want to come back and do his work in 2046. And I might just make a note on my little spreadsheet where I keep track of names. And I usually just keep track of the 8 generation great grandparents. So on mine, for instance, I have it's this 4th generation is considered my 8 great grandparents. I just have a spreadsheet for each of them for John and Aloria. And so I'd make some notes on, this is on John's side, that these people, again, in 2046, I need to do this for that person. Here's another one. I can just kind of keep track of who I need to still do some work for. So it's kind of just a fun little thing, great way to just kind of peruse through, click on any person. You can change any person to the root person. Just a really nice little fluid tool, the BYU's Virtual Pedigree program. So just wanted to show that today, and feel free to leave any questions that you might have.